Hey everyone, what you need for today is listed in the agenda, so go ahead and take a minute and locate the Scarlet Ibis PDF in the Skills Builder Authors Craft the Scarlet Ibis. So if you click on the Skills Builder Authors Craft the Scarlet Ibis, you're going to come to a page that looks like this. Go ahead and click on the link that says Skills Builder in large font. You're going to be taken to a document that looks like this. Go ahead and make a copy. Now, what you're using this document for is you are going to read the story. So that's, again, the PDF is in your agenda. And as you're reading, you're going to see these page numbers. So you should pause when you get to that page after you're finished reading, and you should try to identify different elements of the author's choice. Now, what I've done is I've put specifically what I want you to look for. So let's go ahead and do the first one together. We know we're reading the first page and we're looking for mood here. So for this, we're going to focus on the first paragraph, and I want you to, as we're reading through, take a look at the words that stand out to you. So any words with feeling behind it, and then we're going to try to determine the mood here. It was in the clove of seasons. Summer was dead, but autumn had not yet been born, that the ibis lit in the bleeding tree. The flower garden was stained with rotting brown magnolia petals, and iron reeds grew rank amid the purple phlox. The 5 o'clocks by the chimney still marked time, but the oriole nest in the elm was untenanted and rocked back and forth like an empty cradle. The last graveyard flowers were blooming, and their smell drifted across the cotton field and through every room of our house, speaking softly the names of our dead. Now, as you're reading, you probably notice there's a lot of death imagery. So it literally says, instead of saying like summer was over, it says summer was dead. We also get a lot of imagery of plants and nature dying, or not dying, but changing as winter approaches. So we see the rotting brown magnolia petals. We see the rank purple phlox or the ironweeds. We see lines such as speaking softly the names of our dead and other death imagery such as the empty cradle. So let's go ahead and get back to our document. All you have to do in this first box is just say what's happening on this page. So it's really, in the part we focus on, it's really just describing the setting. So let's go ahead and put that down. So here I put the narrator is describing the setting. It is in between summer and fall. The next part we're going to try to identify is author's choices. So it says read the first 2 paragraphs on this page and explain the mood Hearst is creating. So keep in mind, you're trying to fill this out. We saw a lot of death imagery, things were dying. It makes references to an empty cradle and speaking softly the names of our dead. So in your mind, if you want to pause this and take a guess at what you think the mood is, you can do that. I'm going to go over a potential answer in a minute here. There's also mood words. So if you click on this link, it'll give you a list of some mood words you could use to describe the mood. All right, so for this, I said the mood of the first paragraph is haunting. The author uses images of death. This includes plants rotting and images of human death, the empty cradle. So I basically just briefly explain the mood here, and then I want to explain what the intended impact on the reader is. So I'm going to share a couple responses that some of your classmates that I had in class the other day came up with. So you want to ask yourself, what was the intended impact of this particular author's choice? So why does the author start his story with this haunting mood? Now, since we haven't read the whole story, we might not know exactly why the author made this choice. However, here were some theories we had in class. So somebody said maybe the author is intending to use the seasons to convey his own feelings. This could be true. As we'll see later in the story, the seasons can be very symbolic for what's going on in the story itself. And then somebody else had said maybe the author is trying to foreshadow a loss or a tragedy, which could also be true. So this will be one we'll come back to later to see if what we thought was correct is actually in fact correct. Now, either way, the author is intending to, use this dismal, more haunting mood to get us to feel that way. So right off the bat, we know, okay, this isn't necessarily going to be a happy-go-lucky, cheery story. All right. As you work through the rest of the document, make sure you pay attention to the page numbers. It'll tell you what to look for, and then you'll follow this same process we walked through. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know. Have a great day.